habitat rights. Okay. Why is it in use? Because Baiga community of, which is a PVTG also. PVTG means particularly vulnerable tribal group in Chhattisgarh has been granted habitat rights, making it the third PVTG to receive such rights. Okay. Baiga is a tribal community. It's in the Chhattisgarh. Mainly, it is in the central India. Okay. So, the Baiga in the Chhattisgarh has got the habitat rights. Okay. It is the third community to get this right. Okay. So, it is one of the PVTGs. PVTGs are a group within the scheduled tribes. Okay. That is, it is the most vulnerable group in the scheduled tribes itself. Okay. So that is particularly vulnerable tribal groups. We have 75 PVTGs. Okay. In that, only 3 tribal groups or PVTGs have got this habitat rights. First one is Baharia. Baharia is the first tribe and it is in the Madhya Pradesh, okay, to get the habitat rights. Second one is Kamar. Third one is Baiga. This Kamar and Baiga are in Chhattisgarh. Clear? Baiga community has now got the habitat rights, okay. It is one of the PVTGs. There are 75 PVTGs in the country and only 3 PVTGs have got the habitat rights. Okay, the first one is Baharia community of Madhya Pradesh. Second one is the Kamar community. And the third one is Baiga. Kamar and Baiga are tribal PVTGs of Chhattisgarh. Clear? Okay. Now, what is habitat rights? That is the next question. This is a right which is given to the tribes based on the Scheduled Tribe and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers Act, Recognition of Forest Rights Act 2006. Okay. These habitat rights are given to the tribes based on or as a component of the FRA Act of 2006. What is FRA Act? Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers, Recognition of Forest Rights. Okay. What is the importance of habitat rights? Because it gives the recognition that a community have certain rights and control over the traditional living areas, cultural practices, economic activities, ecological knowledge and natural resources of that area. What is a habitat? Yes, place where people live. Okay. What is the habitat of tribals? Mainly forest area. Okay, that is the reason why according to Forest Rights Act give them the tribal habitat rights. Okay, so they give the area a community recognition, meaning this if as of now Baiga has got the habitat rights, meaning they can do certain kinds of community activities, ecological activities or economic activities from in that area. Okay, it is not an ownership. Okay, that is not an ownership, but they are given the rights to conduct the area. So that means that if there is a need of any development in the area, they should be consulted first. Consent from them is the requirement. Clear? Okay, majorly consent from them and the Grama Sabha is the requirement. These rights protect and support the community's traditional ways of life, ecological wisdom passed down through the generations. Clear? Next one. So, ultimately, what will it result? It result in empowering the PVTG communities to develop their habitats. They also help in converge different government schemes and initiatives from various departments to empower PVTGs. Okay. The habitat rights title may not be ownership title, but it is a consent and consultation of the Grama Sabha will be needed for any development activity. Clear? If we need to have a mining there, okay, you know that forest areas are rich in minerals, etc. Right? If we have identified certain mineral activities there, but we need to have mining activities. We need the consent of the Gram Sabha for that purpose. Clear? Okay. So this will act as a protection or conservation for the environment as well, or the forest as well. Clear? So what we studied was habitat rights. Habitat rights are given to the PVTGs or scheduled tribes for based on the FRA Act of Forest Rights Act of 2006. Okay, this gives them a power to the, or this gives them to have conduct their activities according traditionally what they were doing in the area. Okay, it's not an ownership title, but if any other development need to be taken in that place, the consent from the Gram Sabha is a prerequisite. Clear? Okay. Now, we studied that Baiga is a PVTG, particularly vulnerable tribal group, right? So now we will see what a PVTG is. Okay. PVTG, as I said before, it is a subgroup in the scheduled tribes. Okay. We have many scheduled tribes, but in that, from that, we have taken 75 tribes as particularly vulnerable tribal groups. Okay. Why? Because they are the groups which are like very downward in the even in the scheduled tribe area. So we need to enable the upliftment of them. Okay. Particular vulnerable group is a subclassification of scheduled tribe who are mostly vulnerable in certain parameters than the other scheduled tribe community. Government of India created PVTG list with the purpose of enabling improvement in the condition of those community in priority basis. Okay. Firstly, during the fourth 5-year plan, the subcategory was created. Okay, it was in the fourth 5-year plan, the subcategory was created. Okay, this was created based on Deber Commission report. Important. Deber Commission report was the basis for creation of PVTGs. They identified that even if scheduled tribes are less represented in the country, or they are socially not that well, but even in the scheduled tribes, there are tribes which are facing utmost discrimination, or mainly socially deprived tribes within the scheduled tribes. Okay, such tribes were classified particularly into the PVTGs. Clear? Okay. Now, firstly, when after the Labour Commission report, they were first classified as primitive tribal group. Okay, firstly, their name were primitive tribal group. In 2006, the name was again changed into particularly vulnerable tribal group, or primitive tribal group was changed as particularly vulnerable tribal group. Okay. Now, what are the criteria based on which the scheduled tribes are classified as PVTGs? First one is pre-agricultural level of technology. We know that there are many technologies in the agriculture. Even in scheduled tribes also, they are practicing some of the technologies. Okay, pre-agricultural technology, an example is slash and burn agriculture or jhum cultivation. Another name for slash and burn is jhum. Okay. Next one is low level of literacy. Okay. Third one is economic backwardness. Fourth one is declining or stagnant population. There is no increase in the population, or the population is either decreasing or it is remaining static. These are the 4 criteria based on which scheduled tribes are categorized or subclassified as PVTGs. Okay. First one is pre-agricultural level of technology. Next one is low literacy level. Third one is economic backwardness. And the fourth one is declining or stagnant population. Okay. When a scheduled tribe qualifies or suffices any one of the criteria, they will be, even if one of the criteria is having in that scheduled tribe, they are classified as PVTGs. It's not required that 4 criteria should be enabled. Okay, only one of the criteria is sufficient for them to be classified as PVTGs. Okay, in that basis, we have 75 PVTGs. And the highest PVTG number is in Odisha and it is 13. Okay, groups that satisfy any one of the criteria. Groups that satisfy any one of the criteria were termed as PVTG. There are total 75 PVTGs in India. Most number of PVTGs in Odisha with 13 PVTGs. Clear? So we were discussing about habitat rights. The Baiga group became the third group which has got the habitat rights in the country. And the two others are Baharia of Madhya Pradesh and Kamar of Chhattisgarh, and the third one is Baiga of Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh has got two PVTGs with having habitat rights. Okay, habitat rights are granted on basis of forest right under Forest Rights Act 2006. Okay, then habitat rights provide them to have their traditional rights in the forest, and if any development activities needed to be taken under this area, there need to be a prior permission from the Gram Sabha. Clear? Okay. Now that after that we discussed about PVTGs. What are PVTGs? PVTGs are particularly vulnerable tribal groups. They are groups within the scheduled tribes which is socially deprived. Okay. And there are 4 categories based on which the PVTGs are classified. One is pre-agricultural level of technology. Second one is economic backwardness, low level of literacy. Fourth one is stagnant or declining population. Even when a tribe suffices any one of the criteria, it will be classified as PVTGs. Okay. Now, PVTGs were constituted on the basis of Baber Commission. Okay. Now, the next one is there are 75 PVTGs in the country, and Odisha is having the higher number of PVTGs and its number is 30. I think this is a previous year question. Okay.